Close your eyes and imagine. You have been searching for the perfect car. You get dressed, you drive to the location, turn the corner, and there she is, your new ride. But you're wondering, am I getting a good deal? Is this car going to be a headache? What's up, it's Jay. Thank you for checking this video out. If you're looking for a used car, I'll give you some game on how to get a great deal on a car. Follow this video so you know exactly what to look for. It's stressful shopping for a ride. As you know, we are in this situation. You know what it is. It's hard out here. I feel your pain. Money's tight, and what's out here ain't it. And if it is it, you're gonna have to pay. I don't want none of you guys out here being a dummy getting played. This video is part of a video series called Don't Blow the Bag. So if you're with me, sit back and let's get it started. Alright, I want to start off with a real quick guide on the tools you'll need. This is a beginner's guide, so you won't need anything crazy. I designed this for anybody to do. Bring with you a code reader, flashlight, a magnet, a coin, and a pen, an inspection form, and a rag. I'll leave you my personal form in the description below. Alright, let's get started. So first up, you're going to want to bring a code reader. So you get you a little inexpensive code reader like this one. You spend about 20 bucks, it'll let you read and scan any code that you're going to need, but these are going to be really important to get. I would at least have a minimum having one of these. Alright, next up, you want to get you a BAF Products OBD2 diagnostic interface. One of these readers are amazing. I got the Bluetooth version. There's one with the wire. I highly recommend it. These things plug in and they give you a whole host of codes that you could go look up and be able to find. But if you're going to look at any car, bring one of these. Do not trust the seller about what they do, and I'll explain more of that later on. I think the laptop's going to be the best one to get. If you're going to spend a little bit of money, you could probably get a setup like this for under $200 easy. And it's probably one of the more advanced setups as it allows you to get a whole host of different car makes and models. These laptops are just great for doing all different type of vehicles. You could get a deeper diagnostics from the apps and software that you could download. Some of the downloads could be done for free as well. I'll probably do a video on that later to show you guys how it could get done. You're going to definitely want to get you a rag and pen. And penny, the pen is just where you could write anything down on a vehicle that you're finding, on a notebook or whatever, but having one of these for you don't forget what you looked at is going to be pretty handy, as you could find like quite a bit of things and you could organize your thoughts a little bit better with the pen. Then you're gonna obviously not want to get dirty, but this is good for checking the oil. Then you could check other things, wipe certain things off if you're unsure, if you can't see where a leak is or anything else, but have you a rag on hand. And later on in this video, I'm gonna show you how to use a penny to check your tread depth. So you don't have to have any special tools, just have a little penny. And what you wanna do is you wanna look at the head of the penny and you wanna look at Lincoln's head, and the tire should be touching at least to the top of his head from the bottom. Now the last thing you want is going to be a flashlight. You want to get one of these flashlights. This happened to actually be a magnet at the same time in the base of this flashlight. But the flashlight is so you could check different body panels and see if it attaches, and they'll let you know if the body panel is made out of wood or plastic. But more importantly, you could check for things underneath the paint like Bondo or any type of body repair that somebody may have done. You also could use it to flash the light on paint surfaces, so you could really see if there's any kind of scratches if you're in a low light situation. All right, now let's take it back to grade school. I like to give a grading system just like school. We have 5 classes: the exterior, interior, mechanical, drivability, and the paperwork. If you got straight A's, congrats. This is an A1 car. If you got straight C's, you have a 2.0. It will pass, but it's the bare minimum. All right, guys, so we're going to take a look at the CX-9. So there's a couple things you want to definitely be looking out for. One thing we want to look for is the headlights. So when you look at the headlights, yellowing is very common in the headlights. That just indicated it's been out in the sun with age. You might not be able to see, but if you look real closely all along the hood, we have a lot of hood scratches. And we have some paint that needs a little bit of correction or maybe even buffing and sanding, but it might be hard to see with the color scheme that they have right now. All right, guys, so you can also check out, sometimes the cars start to have yellow headlights. That comes from age from it being out in the sun, but you really want to take a look right here. You see that panel gap that's happening? Look around the hood area. And especially here between the headlight, you can see right here it's coming up just a tad. So this car had a little bit of front end damage. Now this isn't bad. As we go into our grading score, as we're going through an A through F, this car isn't going to exactly get an F, but it sure isn't going to get no A. This scratch right here is definitely going to need to be repainted. As for the rest of the body, the car is pretty decent. Not in the best condition, but it could be cleaned up and polished up, and I'll give a video how to do it. One common spot that gets scratched up is right here around the key area. That's because people tend to miss their keys, or they scratch with nails, or all kind of different things could happen. It's not too big of a deal, but it could be a small negotiating point that you could try to make with other people. All right, remember I told you to get that magnet earlier? Check this out. So this flashlight's also a magnet. And you can see by going across different parts of the body, you're checking to see if the car has any type of bondo or any kind of body damage underneath the paint. That's a common occurrence that happens with people. They'll paint over the car and they'll have a lot of body damage under it. Walk away if it has body damage and the seller did not tell you it wasn't an accident. Some panels though, like this front bumper, actually isn't metal, and if it doesn't stick, don't worry about it. There are certain parts of the car that does not have metal attached to it. The front bumpers are one common part. The rear bumper is another one. Some hoods are not made out of metal as well. Always take a look at this glass over here. Look at the tracks right here, because the windshield seal that goes around the vehicle, if it's starting to crack and dry rot, it could allow water to come through, and you might get water coming into your dash. So always check the seal and check the cowl area around the windshield wiper blades. And this car is actually in very good condition, but keep an eye out for those if it starts to crack. You might be able to negotiate with that. Always check your glass as well for any kind of cracks. Even if it's a small little chip or crack, it could start to spread over. It will start to spread over time, and that crack or chip could be very expensive depending on the car that you have. Some less expensive cars is not too bad, but the more expensive the car is, the glass could be really expensive, especially if it's not original. Another thing to check for is to see if the glass is original, has been replaced. So in this car right here, you could see that Mazda emblem right there, and that right there lets you know that this is original Mazda part. So if it was replaced with a quality part. All right, coming down here to the brakes and tires, you want to check down here for your brakes and tires. All right, one trick you could do is with a penny. By taking a penny and stick it in between the tire, right here at the top, you should be able to see you should not be able to see the top of Mr. Lincoln's head. So if you start seeing the top and it comes up a bit, that means your tires are starting to worn out. Check for each tread on all the tires. Just repeat for all of them, because this is going to let you know how much tire tread that you're going to have left. And it's going to let you know if you're going to need tires soon. If you see the top of his head, you're going to have get tires soon. You also want to take a look at your brakes and look at if you got any like rust or anything going along your brakes. If rust is coming along, the car has been sitting for a while, and cars are meant to be driven. So this could let you know that the car has been sitting in a lot somewhere, it's been sitting in some kind of field or whatever, and you want to be real cautious about cars that have been sitting around for a while, because all kind of problems can start developing just from it sitting around like that. So depending on what kind of brakes you got, you could take a look in there and see if you could see any of the brakes if they're starting to get low or worn out. The main thing you want to look at is the face of that rotor. If you're looking at that rotor and that face is like scratched up or is indented, or it's like you got bluish marks going along that face, that could indicate that you're going to need some brakes coming up soon.
And that rotor could get expensive too if you got to do a whole brake job. So just be cautious of that, all right?
As an added bonus, because I'm so new and don't have many people watching these videos, if you have any mechanical questions, please leave a comment down below. I'll try to help you out the best I can. I read as many comments as I can, and as long as I could do it, I'm gonna do it and try to help you guys out. Just please leave the year, the make, the model, and what problem you're having. Try to be descriptive as possible.
This is just a quick one just to see like the exterior of the car, like some things you need to watch out for as soon as you walk up to the car to make sure it's going to be all right. You really don't want to get a car that's already been in an accident, especially paying some good money for it. So I was going to try to teach you what I look for. A lot of things I don't like are like that headlight. I don't like that tail light being busted. The tires are actually pretty good and the brakes are pretty good. So that's pretty solid right there. But that's going to end today's video. All right, guys, bye.